Well, it was most unusual cabinet meeting in Jammu and Kashmir, away from the state capital, Srinagar or Jammu. A cabinet meeting was held in Pahalgam in the backdrop of recent horrible terror attack at Baisaran. I'm here at Betav Valley and you can see Chief Minister Omar Abdullah is here. Omar Saab, first visiting Pahalgam, now Betav Valley, and this valley is named after Betav film which was shot in 1980s. So what message first this cabinet meeting, now visiting to these places which were closed for last 1 month after the attack?
It's been a difficult situation. It's also we also have to tread cautiously, because while it's important that gradually tourism revives in Jammu and Kashmir, and particularly in Kashmir Valley, we don't want to give this impression that we are callous, or that the fact that 26 people lost their lives on the 22nd of April doesn't matter to us. Of course it matters to us. But it's also a time when we must start looking to the future. We must start seeing how we can begin to normalize the situation in the valley, and how places like Pahalgam, Betav Valley can reopen. So the cabinet meeting was about a number of things, but primarily it was about expressing solidarity with the people of Pahalgam, with the people of Jammu and Kashmir, particularly with the people of Kashmir who in one voice came out and condemned violence, condemned terror, condemned the killings of innocent people. And it's also about looking to the future, looking to restore and revive tourism. The valley, the place where we're sitting now, Betav Valley, normally this should have been full. Normally there shouldn't have been place for you and me to sit. Normally there you would have heard the sound of children running, playing in the stream, playing on the zip line at the back. Right now it's empty.
But isn't this and wasn't this an effort actually to restore the confidence when you came here? Pahalgam held this meeting, and you're also meeting the stakeholders. And I also saw some of the tourists visiting here, though some of them were disappointed that these parks are still closed.
No, I can understand their disappointment, and that's actually why I'm here. We want that some of the destinations that were closed in the immediate aftermath of the attack in Baisaran, they should now start opening. And that's what we're working on. So yes, part of it is a confidence boosting measure. And part of it is designed to show that Kashmir is open again.
And when we have a cabinet meeting of the elected government here in Pahalgam, clearly cabinet meeting in a normal state would be showing the hard power of the government. Look, we're here, we will crush you. But when this elected government doesn't have a control over the security or the law and order, so is this meeting actually show the resolve of the people, elected representatives, that we are here, it is the people's message, not the message of the state or the hard power?
Well, it's actually to reinforce the message of the people. And the people's message was soft power. The way in which the people came out and condemned violence, the way in which the people of Kashmir showed solidarity with those who lost their lives in the attack here, that was part of that. That was soft power. So yes, what we're doing here is not, we're not muscle flexing, we're not trying to convey a hard image. We're trying to show that this is a government of the people. It's a government that's concerned with the welfare of the people. It's a government that wants Jammu and Kashmir, and particularly Kashmir, to normalize now. And we want to begin to welcome guests back to the valley.
So now, as you have come here, you are holding a meeting in Gulmarg tomorrow with the officers. What it takes now to actually revive the tourism, when we see some are coming, but still there are fears. For example, when that horrible incident happened, horrific innocent people were killed by terrorists at 3 or 4, they're still not being tracked down. But I have personal experience since October 2021. All the attacks carried out by these militants or terrorists from Poonch Rajouri to Kutwa to Kishtwar and here, every time they have managed to escape. And they have also managed to get away without suffering casualties.
Well,
because it's not just one-off.
the attack
What
is-
is this the they are operating from jungles? That is the reason.
Look, the attack is barely 6 weeks old. Sometimes tracking these people down, and I mean, when you pan your camera around and you see the sort of mountains that are around us, you will understand that it's not as simple as following them into a village. These things take time, but we're not going to give up. We will ensure that we track these people down and we bring them to justice one way or the other.
So when we saw the people here, actually, they coming out protesting, it was for the first time it happening in the history of Kashmir, the 35-year-old history of militancy or separatism. People openly saying, not even our name, it is terrorism, innocent blood, spilling is not accepted. Is it actually, while we know that was a horrific incident, also showing the change in the valley, change in the mood of people?
Yeah, I mean, clearly, two things happened for the first time. We'd never seen a spontaneous expression of so much anger against the killing of innocent people across Jammu and Kashmir, from Kathua all the way to Kupwara. In the cities, in the towns, in rural areas, people came out and said, this is not in our name. We will not support the killing of innocent people. But also it was the first time in 35 years that a special session of the Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir was called. And in one voice, cutting across party lines, the elected representatives of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, they condemned the attack and they expressed solidarity with the families of the people who lost their lives here.
Umar Saab, last question. Early in the day, I spoke to Dr. Omar Abdullah, and he said that you may be visiting West Bengal or some other places to woo people and talk to leadership there also.
There are certain things that we are thinking about right now. I don't want to say more than that. Dr. Saab has the luxury of being able to put things out earlier than I do. But it's something that we're working on.
Thank you so much, Mr. Omar Abdullah. So, Chief Minister visiting here, Betab Valley in itself is a message that things are not as bad. There was a horrific incident, but we have moved on since then. Yes, terrorists have managed to escape, but that is not the first time they have managed to escape. And at some point of time, what Chief Minister said would be tracked down by the security forces, because it's a militancy is a complex problem. It has not come yesterday and it's not going to disappear tomorrow. But the normal activity has to go on and the tourism has to go on. And that is the message that everybody is telling, that if we come here, that is the big message and the tribute to those who have been killed here and who stood against terror in Pahalgam.